What's going on here?
Yeah, so my name is Ueberroth. I'm a police officer for the City of Lansing Police Department. And in addition to my duties as a road patrol officer, I also double dip into one of our special units here as a dive team member. I'm a public safety diver, and today we're actually performing ice diving rescue with Dive Rescue International. We're performing with multiple different agencies throughout the country, coming together to perform one duty to save lives. With standardized training to make us safe and efficient, so when something happens and goes wrong, we're there to make things better. Yeah, I've been on the dive team with the Lansing Police Department for 3 years now. I've been a police officer for 4 years and have had a lot of extensive training as far as dive team with ice rescue. I'm a surface ice rescue trainer. I've gone through salvage and recovery courses, sonar training, shore support training, and it all comes together. Dive team members, we operate in multiple different capacities, from shore support, actually in the water, overseeing, doing safety checks, line tending, and so there's a lot of equipment and responsibilities that goes in to make this operation fully functionable. And as you can see right from behind me, we're actually performing a recovery mode operation that's going on right now. It's a scenario based to help our training improve. So right now, the scenario that's going on is that we have a recovery operation. The scenario is that a fisherman went out ice fishing, hasn't been seen in over 3 hours. So he's underneath the ice right now. We're getting all of the divers together with the right equipment, doing visual checks, safety checks, figuring out what we all need as far as equipment wise, and then how we're going to accomplish the goal of getting our person out of the water safely for everyone involved.
So this is the equipment we use for underwater rescues and recoveries. We call this a BC. This is a vest that we all wear, and with it comes with multiple components. So you've got our full face AGA. This is our full face mask we wear. This is important for protecting our face, but also protecting us from the hazards that we typically dive in the rivers and dirtier water conditions. So it's very important we have all that protection. But we also have other alternate air sources. So if there's an issue with our mask, we have other ways to correct the issue underwater, so that it's not an emergency. So what we have here is called a regulator. You typically see this is pretty common with recreational diving, but we use it as well as a backup source if we have an air issue. We also have another air source so we can breathe on if there's another emergency. But what this does is this also inflates. So this inflates our vest here, pumps air into it, which allows us to float, but it also expels air when we're ready to submerge down to the bottom. So it's pretty important that we have control when we're down in the water, our depth, and staying above the surface, or when we need to slowly come up to the surface. So that's all important stuff for us. A couple other things we have a little computer. This tells us our depth, but it also tells us direction. So typically when we're diving, we have zero visibility. So we're able to use this when we're down there to be able to move to the north, move south, and then also we're able to check our air. And then a couple other important things we do have communications with our folks that are shoreside. We can actually talk to them and they can hear us through our earpieces and through the comm lines, we call it. So we're able to talk to them, they're able to hear us. If there's an emergency, we can communicate, and it's extremely vital for us. And then we're obviously always using ropes. So in the event of an emergency, an entanglement, some kind of tie-up, and you need to escape, we actually carry knives. So in that emergency situation, we were able to pull out a knife and cut that line. We've actually had a diver, unfortunately, a couple of years ago, had to cut that line to save his life because the rope was causing him to get pulled deeper into the water. So if not for that knife and not for able to him to cut himself free, we probably would have had a traumatic event. But this is our routine gear for underwater scuba diving, rescues, and recoveries.
We need lots of different people to help carry equipment, whether it be doing safety checks for the divers. The divers' equipment alone on shore weighs roughly from 80 to 100 pounds, depending on the person. So there's people that are going over there, making sure their equipment works. We have them always hooked up to a rope or a line, and that's for their safety, and that we can do different search patterns when we go out there, because a lot of times when we're operating under the ice, it's in zero visibility and we can't see it. Sometimes we have to have our hands this far from our face before we can see anything. So a lot of times you're operating in the dark. Today we're lucky on the conditions. It's beautiful out. The ice is clear, it's untouched, and we can see. So it's a great training scenario to ensure that we're doing everything correctly. So as I mentioned before, I'm one of the primary divers that typically will go into the water, and I've actually already been in today, hence why I'm wearing the hat and the coat and everything. I'm a little cold because the water's cold, but I'm only one of the many people that are doing great things out here, and I think it's important that you meet my team. So come on, follow me. So as you can see over here, we got some people suited up in what I was calling a dry suit earlier. This is a suit in the red, and that's gonna help you stay warm underneath the ice. So this is what we'll use in all operations so that we're not getting wet and we're able to function underneath the water. A lot of different roles, responsibilities. Let me meet you, bring you over here. So this is what you're gonna look like when you're fully suited up in a dry suit, what we call a BC, a buoyancy compensator. This is how you're gonna stay buoyant underneath the water, and this is what's gonna provide you your air. So a lot of stuff going on, but everything is essential to our life.
So, as you can see, there's lots of different people working in different capacities to make this operation go smoothly. Right now, we have a diver scooting over into the hole that we've created. To go in and find the body. They're gonna go underneath the water, do a search pattern, locate the body, and then have additional divers come help and perform a rescue lift off. So now that they're up here at the bottom, you saw they did different signals. This is a way to show the shore that they're still functioning properly, that they're okay, and that they're able to continue with the operation.
So right now, again, we want one guy at the head, one guy at the feet, because that'll keep their line separate. The primary diver is the boss of this operation. He's gonna take care of everything and decide what goes on. So that way there's not two people in there talking. It's not easy to do. Not easy to do at all.
As you can see, the Lansing Police Department functions in a wide capacity, dive being one of them. It takes a lot of training, a lot of opportunities to come together, but this is what we do and why we do it, so that when someone goes under the ice, someone goes in the water, we have the opportunity to bring that closure, to have the rescue, and to make sure that everyone's safe.
So the dive team, we're responsible for all bodies of water within the capital area. So we were a tri-county team, so we respond to any rescue or recovery mission. So if someone's actively hanging on the ice and we can still see them, we're coming out. If they've gone under the ice, we're coming out. If any sort of evidence that we need to recover, we'll be coming out. So we operate in all capacities. Even if it's a false alarm, we're coming, because we'd rather be more safe than anything else. Thank you guys for tuning in and seeing how we operate as the Lansing Police Dive Team. If you like what you saw, you'd like to do what we do, go ahead, check out lansingpolice.com for future employment opportunities. Thank you.